Welcome back to Star Zodiacs, where we explore the stars to better understand ourselves and those around us. Today, we're diving deep into something that's often overlooked in astrology, but it holds powerful secrets about your inner world and your healing journey. That something is Chiron, also called the wounded healer. In astrology, Chiron isn't a planet like Mars or Jupiter. It's actually a small object found between Saturn and Uranus. But don't let its size fool you, its meaning is massive. Chiron shows us where we carry our deepest emotional wound. It's that place inside us that might hurt over and over, and yet, it's also where we have the potential to become incredible healers, teachers, and guides for others. This video will specifically explore Chiron in Virgo. If you or someone you know has this placement in their birth chart, you'll want to stay all the way to the end, because we're going to unlock how Virgo's desire for perfection and service becomes a powerful path to healing. And don't miss this special bonus trait in paragraph 11, it's a surprising twist you won't want to miss. So, sit back, get comfortable, and let's begin this journey of healing, growth, and self-discovery. Perfection. Chiron in Virgo often comes with a deep and constant feeling of needing everything to be perfect. From schoolwork to personal appearance, from relationships to daily habits, people with this placement may always feel like something is slightly off. There's a voice in the back of the mind whispering, "You could do better." That voice doesn't come from pride. It comes from pain, a wound that was likely created in childhood where small mistakes were treated like big problems. Perhaps caregivers or teachers were overly critical, or maybe there was pressure to never fail. Over time, this creates a fear of imperfection and a belief that being flawed means being unworthy. The wound to perfection becomes a lifelong pattern, editing, adjusting, second-guessing. But here's the truth, healing begins when you stop trying to fix everything. Chiron in Virgo teaches that perfection is not the goal. It's the illusion. The real magic happens when you accept your messiness, your quirks, and even your so-called failures. This shift brings deep relief and starts the process of true inner peace. Service. Virgo is a sign deeply connected to helping others. But for someone with Chiron in Virgo, this desire to serve can become a trap. It might begin as genuine kindness, cleaning up, organizing, volunteering, taking care of others. But slowly, it can become a way to hide the wound. Some people with this placement believe they must earn love by doing everything for everyone. They think, if I help enough, they'll accept me. If I'm useful enough, I'll be safe. This can lead to burnout and resentment. People may take advantage of you. You might feel invisible or unappreciated. Healing means remembering that your worth is not tied to how much you give. Service is beautiful, but not when it's done from guilt or fear. The key is to serve from joy, not obligation. When you help others because it feels right, not because you feel broken, you step into your true power. Control. One of the biggest challenges for someone with Chiron in Virgo is the need to control everything. It might show up in small ways, like needing a clean room, a perfect schedule, or doing things a certain way. But underneath that need is fear, fear that things will fall apart, fear that chaos will hurt you, fear that if you're not in control, you'll be judged or abandoned. Control feels safe. But in truth, it keeps you locked in anxiety. The more you try to control, the more exhausted you feel. Healing means learning to let go. Trust that not everything has to be planned. Trust that even if things go wrong, you'll still be okay. Start by letting small things be imperfect. Leave a dish in the sink. Skip a task on your to-do list. Watch what happens. Often, nothing terrible follows, and that's when freedom begins. Criticism. Chiron in Virgo often experiences deep wounds from criticism. It may have started young, with adults pointing out mistakes more than praising efforts. As a result, people with this placement become incredibly hard on themselves, and sometimes others, too. You might find yourself scanning everything for errors. A misspelled word. A wrinkled shirt. A wrong tone of voice. It becomes a habit of judgment. But here's the irony, behind every criticism is the hope for love. If I fix this, maybe I'll finally be enough. Healing means transforming criticism into compassion. Instead of pointing out flaws, start asking, what does this person, or part of me, need to feel safe? You'll find that kindness, not critique, brings the deepest healing, both for you and for others. Health. Virgo rules the body, routines, and wellness, so when Chiron is in this sign, there's often a wound around health. You may have struggled with chronic illness, body image, or anxiety about food and fitness. Some people with Chiron in Virgo become obsessed with their health, counting calories, researching symptoms, chasing the perfect diet. Others go the opposite way, ignoring their needs out of frustration or fear. At its root, this wound is about feeling unsafe in your own body. Healing comes from treating the body like a friend, not a project. Instead of fixing, start listening. Ask your body what it needs. Rest when you're tired. Eat when you're hungry. Move in ways that feel good. The more you reconnect with your body's wisdom, the more grounded and strong you become. Routine. Routine can be both a comfort and a cage for people with Chiron in Virgo. On one hand, structure gives a sense of stability. On the other hand, it can become obsessive, a rigid checklist that must be followed, or else anxiety strikes. This wound often comes from growing up in unpredictable environments. Maybe your world felt chaotic, so you created order to feel safe. But when routine becomes the ruler of your life, it limits joy. Healing means becoming flexible with structure. Keep the habits that support you, but allow room for spontaneity. Try switching up your routine in small ways. Take a different route. Say yes to something unplanned. You'll discover that freedom and security can exist together. Life doesn't fall apart when you bend the rules, sometimes it blooms. Logic. Virgo is an earth sign ruled by Mercury, making it highly logical and analytical. With Chiron here, there may be a wound around relying too much on logic while ignoring emotions. You may feel safest when things make sense. But life doesn't always follow rules. Emotions aren't equations. Sometimes, people hurt you and you don't know why. Sometimes, you feel sad and there's no clear reason. This can create internal conflict. Why do I feel this way? I shouldn't. You may even shame yourself for having feelings. Healing begins when you allow your heart to speak, even when it doesn't make logical sense. You don't have to understand everything. You just have to feel it. Journaling, therapy, art, or even sitting with your emotions without judging them, these become tools for transformation. Shame. At the core of Chiron in Virgo is often a deep, hidden shame. A feeling of not being good enough. A sense that if people really knew you, they'd leave. This shame grows in silence. You might pretend everything's fine, smile when you're hurting, and hide parts of yourself you think are too much. But shame only has power when it's kept in the dark. Healing means bringing light to the shadows. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Admit your flaws, and love yourself anyway. Shame cannot survive when you are honest and kind with yourself. Surround yourself with people who see your imperfections and love you even more because of them. That's where true healing begins, in being seen, not in being perfect. Productivity. In the world of Virgo, productivity often becomes the measure of worth. With Chiron in this sign, you may feel like you always have to be doing something useful. Resting feels wrong. Relaxing feels like failure. But this belief is rooted in a wound, the idea that you are only valuable when you are achieving something. This leads to overwork, stress, and sometimes total exhaustion. The truth is, your worth has nothing to do with your output. Healing means learning to rest without guilt. Spend time doing nothing, and notice the thoughts that come up. Remind yourself, you don't need to earn rest. You were born worthy. Productivity is not your identity. You are loved even when you're still. Humility. Virgo is humble by nature, but when Chiron is here, that humility can become self-erasure. You may struggle to take credit, feel uncomfortable with compliments, or dismiss your accomplishments. It was nothing, you say. Anyone could have done it. But this is the wound talking, a fear that shining too brightly will bring rejection or judgment. Healing means owning your gifts without shrinking. It's okay to be good at something. It's okay to be proud. Humility doesn't mean hiding. It means shining without needing to prove anything. Let people see your light. The more you allow yourself to be seen and celebrated, the more others are inspired to do the same. Alchemy. Here's the bonus trait we promised, and it's one of the most beautiful aspects of Chiron in Virgo, alchemy. People with this placement have an incredible gift, the ability to take pain, transform it, and create something helpful for others. Whether it's writing, teaching, caregiving, or simply being a kind presence, your journey becomes a roadmap for others. The wounds you carry are real. But so is your healing. And when you share your story, when you show others how you rose from your own struggle, you become a living symbol of hope. That's the alchemy of Chiron in Virgo, turning pain into purpose. Turning scars into strength. Turning wounds into wisdom. Chiron in Virgo is a powerful placement that speaks to the quiet struggle many face, the fight to be perfect, to be useful, to be accepted. But behind that struggle is a deep heart, a wise soul, and a powerful healer waiting to rise. Your healing journey is not about fixing what's broken. It's about learning that you were never broken to begin with. You are worthy as you are, messy, real, imperfect, and beautiful. Thank you for watching. We'll be back soon with more exciting astrology-related videos. Until then, continue to make your mark on the world. Remember, greatness knows no limits. Be sure to leave a comment on which of these traits you relate to the most or to suggest our next video topic. We try to respond to every comment left by you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more astrology content. Until next time, keep reaching for the stars.